My name is Greg Gammon. I'm with Third Rock Music Center in Cincinnati, Ohio.
David Larzabal from David's Broken Note out in Woodland, California.
My name is Sam Tridico. I own Island Music in Merritt Island, Florida.
We were using AIMsi, I think, like a lot of other music shops at the time.
We were using AIMsi.
I had AIMsi.
We used AIMsi for about 2.5 years.
I wanted to integrate our inventory with our website. And at the time, our website was run separately from our inventory system. And the cost of integration was not reasonable. The amount they were going to charge us per month and the amount of work we had to do, double work basically, didn't make it practical. And that's when I started investigating other options for a point of sale and hopefully something that was cloud-based, not sitting on the server here in my office.
We just wanted something that was a little more intuitive, that we were able to run reports, find things when we needed information. We just weren't getting where we wanted to go.
It was just unnecessarily complicated. The amount of training you needed to work the product was just unnecessary and ridiculous. I really didn't like AIMsi's business model of you have to buy this module, you have to buy this module, you have to buy this module. And it was just, how much money do I have to invest until I just get everything? It was a lot.
The biggest concern I think we faced when switching a POS system was just the loss of data and any potential downtime we might experience in between, like switching over.
What's going to happen to the data that we had spent 2.5 years entering and collecting?
Exporting all the data from the old system to the new. That was probably my biggest fear.
That was one thing that annoyed me a lot about AIMsi, was that back then, and I don't know if they still do it, they charged me $50 to be able to get that data. Because again, all the tips and tricks that you had to do just to use their system, I wasn't able to do it to download my own data. I had to call them, get their tech support to help me with it. And it took the guy all of legitimately 3 seconds of him doing it himself. And it's just like, you're going to charge me $50 for this to get my own data. And it was nothing. It was nothing. You could have just been like, oh, do this and you're done. And I couldn't find that information with their help or with their website. It was very frustrating. And I just felt like, wow, what a money grab dealing with you guys. Kind of glad to walk away from you.
The switchover process was fairly clean. We had almost no downtime at all to worry about, and all of our data was secure.
Within a few days, maybe 2 to 3 days, all the data from AIMsi was in Music Shop 360, and it was pretty seamless. We had maybe 1 or 2 phone calls to tech support to make sure we were doing it right, but it followed exactly how they told us it would work. It worked just like that.
I control everything that's on the website. I still control my inventory like I did before. I don't feel like I've lost control in any way. I feel just having it available to me on my phone, on my laptop, at home on my computer, here when I'm out of town, I have access to everything. And it's awesome. I couldn't imagine another way of doing it. I would never go back to the days of having a server and having a login and having to pay an IT person in-house to be able to give me some of the abilities that I have now. But to be able to make a change at the product level and have that directly integrate onto Reverb or right onto our website instantaneously is tremendous. I think it's awesome.
When I go work at events, I've got it on my mobile device, which is extremely convenient. Being able to access everything from the cloud is just it's so convenient. It's so fantastic. I can do just about whatever I need to. I can answer questions on the road. It's just, switching to you guys has been much, much better than AIMsi ever was for me.
Moving the data to the cloud did away with the issue of having to back the computer up every day. Sometimes I would find out that it wasn't backing up only 2 weeks after it had stopped. And saving files of backups, sometimes data would be missing. So the data that was backed up wasn't complete. That whole concept of storing the data in my computer and on an external hard drive with backup software was maddening. And I welcomed the whole concept of the cloud. It made way more sense to me. Let you guys do it.
The onboarding experience was pretty clean. We were impressed at the good communication back and forth and how little time it surprisingly took to get everything ready.
Music Shop 360's tech support staff helped me do that. 3 terminals, three computers, three complete systems going with credit card readers, and all sharing a single printer, going through a Wi-Fi router. And I think all of that got hooked up and was functional within the first day. It might have even been like 3 or 4 hours. It wasn't even a full day. So that was great.
The employees actually found it rather intuitive. There were a few shortcuts that we experienced with AIMsi that were actually a bit of a longer learning curve to begin with. So I'd say it was a little easier for everybody to adjust to the new system.
Switching from AIMsi to Music Shop 360, from our employee standpoint and from my standpoint, the menus are a lot cleaner. The raw information you need to see is right there, rather than being confused by extremely small print, menus and menus of information that we'll never use, and just everything kind of getting in the way. Music Shop 360 has outperformed and enabled us to move quicker. Our transactions are quicker. We don't spend as much time trying to dig around the point of sale and inventory system. So it's a lot more elegant and a lot more simple at the same time than what we were using with AIMsi.
My employees were really looking forward to getting on another system because they had been as frustrated or more so with the old system as I was. And it's just like, we're ready. Let's do it. The basics of, bringing up sales happened on day one. The kinds of things that had taken them months to learn how to do on the old system, they were doing within a week on the new system, such as running a report, a till report for the day, running transaction reports. It was just, it's instant. It's self-explanatory, really. You can get through all the basic stuff without any tutorial, without having to watch any videos, without having to read any instructions.
I have a lot of ability to control what my employees can and can't touch. So that way, even if they make a mistake, it's not going to set me back for a week while I try and fix it.
The customer service with Music Shop 360 is definitely better than anybody that I do business with. When we're trying to do something that has never been done before, that we don't know how to do, I'll call the tech support number. Usually within a minute or two, I have a human on the phone, and that person will lead me through the transaction, and the customer doesn't walk. We save the sale. And so it's amazing.
Having a working e-commerce website is something that it's a tremendous value.
Having everything, all of our information on our website and integrated like it is now, customers come in holding their phone out with our page and say, I want this. And they just walk up to the counter. And, we didn't have that before with AIMsi. We have that now with Music Shop 360.
having it all in one, that has been just amazing, because I had a separate website from AIMsi before, and having to go back and forth between things. My website was extremely simple beforehand, and now it's far more robust because of your guys' integration.
Anything I can imagine that I would like a report of, I can do it in seconds. And I didn't have to watch any videos or read anything to figure out how to do that. That's impacted not only my business, but my sanity and my peace, you know.
Making the switch has really streamlined a lot of aspects for me, to where I can give my bookkeeper access to my system so she can do all of her data that she needs to do. I don't even have to touch it. She can just do it remotely, which I love that about you guys.
First of all, employee morale improved immensely and has sustained. No longer do we have issues of employees complaining about the stupid software. Integrating the website with the POS, which we didn't have with AIMsi, that created new sales opportunities. And it also made things way more organized. We can check in an order from Harris Teller or some distributor that might have 60 SKUs on it, 30 of which we've never had before, and check that order in and get the data entered and have all those items showing on our website in one morning. It's incredible. When we started doing that, I thought, well, this is what I imagined it should be like, but I never really thought I'd get there. I have been on a gig, and somebody came up and said, what's that you're playing? What's that bass you're playing? And I told them what it is, and then I go to my phone, go to my website, show them the bass on the website. You want one? You know, and I pull up the software, the POS software on my iPhone, and I sell them the bass right there, and take the payment right there on my phone. I mean, 60 miles from my store, you know, at a gig in another county. I mean, these are impacts. These are serious, major impacts. It's the stuff that I used to dream about as a retailer.
We have hundreds of items up there, and I've done millions of dollars in sales on Reverb. And the integration has helped save so much time. In fact, we're using our time now to do better photographs and the importance of that. And then the Google Analytics of all the fields for the product fields, we're really starting to, look at that and how we approach it.
Our website hadn't had a ton of traffic before that. It certainly wasn't set up for e-commerce. And once we converted to a lot of sales on reverb.com, the compatibility of the new system with Reverb has been amazing. And it looks like this latest iteration has even more integrations that are going to serve us really well.
It was almost like we were running two separate stores. You know, we had all our stuff posted on Reverb and had those descriptions. And when we were talking to Music Shop 360 people at the NAMM show, and I said, okay, so what if I wanted to run this on a Mac? Would I have to have PC emulation software or something? I said, no, it's the whole thing's in the cloud, so it just doesn't matter. You can run it off your phone if you want to. I'm like, what?
I would definitely give this organization a good look. They have excellent customer service. They're easy to switch your information from onboard files to cloud files. It's pretty seamless, the transition, and the perks are really hard to beat.
The simplicity overall of your system versus AIMsi makes just life easier. So I can't tell you, that saves me hours worth of work that I can do in minutes. So that alone makes it worth the switch. It's definitely worth it to make your life simpler and easier and spend your time more effectively.
You're going to be doing things you never did with the other software. And you're going to be doing it a lot quicker. I would say just go for it and don't look back, because you won't regret it.